Hi, my name is Dakota Lewis, and this is my informative speech. I will be using the PowerPoint, but I will let you know when I switch PowerPoint slides as I'm not able to properly show them. So I'll be switching to the first slide in a minute. Fishing is one of the world's oldest hobbies. It has kept us alive for generations and it's made its way around the entire globe. In 2021 alone, just in Florida, we had about 4 million people engaging in the sport of fishing. Half of those being residents, and roughly the other half being out of state visitors. Now, fishing would not be the sport or hobby it is today without the amazing tools that we've produced. Tackle boxes, lures, and especially fishing line. Today I would like to talk to you guys about monofilament fishing line recycling. Where I'm going to go over how it was made, the history of it, what we can do to recycle, and even how to build your own recycling units and install them where you see fit. So that's the first slide. So monofilament fishing, or monofilament, what is it? That's an excellent question. So monofilament refers to the process of how these fishing lines are made. Previously, it used to also refer to what materials the line was made out of, but since its inception, the definition of it has changed. So it was produced in 1939 by the American chemical company DuPont using air, water, and coal. Unfortunately, it was very unpopular because it was not very strong and it fell apart very fast. The process of how to make this line is you gather your plastic materials and you melt it down and you put it through an extruder, which basically just shoves all of the plastic into tiny little lines. And there are multiple different materials you can make this out of to test the strength and the durability of it. The original monofilament line was made with nylon, and that is not super strong. And so now it is today made with a bunch of different plastics, but mostly like polyethylene and polypropylene. Yeah. And then we're going to go on to the next slide. And recycling. Recycling is one of the most important things because with these lines, you can only get about 3 to 8 years of use with them, which is a little bit of a bummer because the plastics it's made out of stay in our environment for over 600 years, an estimated 600 years. So we can counter the negative effects of leaving these plastics in our environment by trying to recycle them properly. So not leaving them in our waterways or anything, and instead putting them into a nice little container. One of the top names in recycling right now is the Berkeley Conservation Institute. They only started in 1990, so they're a pretty new initiative, but they have recycled over 9 million miles of line, which is quite a lot. How do they recycle it? That's another excellent question. So it's basically the same process in reverse. They're going to melt down the plastics after they collect them and make them into other fishing utensils, such as the bobs or the tackle boxes. Thank you. And or even just a park bench and sunglasses. So there's many uses after the fishing line has used its life up for fishing, and it can be recycled into many, many different things. We've got many boxes around the state of Florida. In the slide that I have just put up, we've got over 400 bins. Actually, it's 1,600 in 40 counties. So you can find these at the beach, on piers, in private lakes, as well as in the fishing shops themselves. So Florida has started the initiative and is paired up with fishing shops to make sure that we recycle responsibly so that we can continue to enjoy the sport for the next few years. And then I'm going to transition to my next slide. All right. So there are many ways you can personally get involved. If you see a fishing spot that does not have one of these recycling bins, you can build one yourself. Florida, the state, has provided many resources on how to build this, completely do it yourself. But the stickers are free, and most of the supplies are under 20 bucks. So if you would like to see your waterways clean somewhere that you go, you can take the initiative. If I had more time in the speech, I would show you the video that I've included on my slide. It's a really easy how to do it yourself building. But you can get involved, you can talk with others. There's plenty of workshops for these things. And it's interesting to know how things work, like the fishing line, where it starts, where it ends, where it'll go, to keep our planet healthy and enjoy the longevity of this sport. I personally think fishing is an amazing pastime, and it's very important to keep the earth clean and our waterways usable. So I hope you take this information, you share it with others, and maybe you'll see one of these bins out on the dock or the pier or even the beach. Thank you for your time today.